everybody, welcome back to my channel for another video. For those of you that are new here, thank you for stopping by. For those of you that have been here many a times, thank you for your visit again. My name is John, and these are some of my traveler's notebooks. I was asked after I posted a photo of these traveler's notebooks on my Instagram account, which I will link here. I was asked to share how I am using 4 notebooks and why I am using 4 notebooks. But first, today's tea of the day is Harney & Sons Victorian London Fog. This is one of my favorite teas, and it is this beautiful rich color. Let's get into these 4 traveler's notebooks, and they are all traveler's notebooks. This one says Midori. This olive says traveler's notebook. This is the new blue that came out a couple of years ago that says traveler's notebook. And then this is the second edition of the Camel when they re-released it to be a permanent line. So you can see I have 4 here, and they all serve a different purpose. This one right here has notes in it for this video, so I am going to open it. Now this is the very first standard size traveler's notebook that I got that says Midori made in Thailand. I have 2 more brown ones that say Midori. I have a black one. I've got some passports that say Midori, and they were what started my love of traveler's notebooks. But this one, what I use this for is I use this for keeping track of everything that I do here on YouTube. So I have a zipper pouch. This is the copy zipper pouch that's made by Moterm. And when I originally bought it, you could only get them on AliExpress. But now you can find them on Amazon and a couple of other places. But it has card slots and a zipper pocket. And what I keep in here is my 2020 monthly planner. This is an insert. And this one's a digital download from Paper and Cats. I used to have an Etsy store. Well, I have an Etsy store that's on vacation mode right now. And I was wanting someone to take my design of insert, where I have, at the beginning, 2 pages of grid and a month. 2 pages of grid and a month. This was something that I created back in Peke Dori Designs, goodness gracious, probably 3 or 4 years ago. I started using for myself, and then I eventually released it as, you know, like my main monthly calendar. And it was actually the top selling calendar that I had. And I had it in every size. I had it in micro, I had it in passport, I had it in pocket, I had it in A6, personal, B6 slim, B6 standard size. I had it in half letter and A5, and then I even had it in a large letter size, where this would have been one whole piece of paper and this was another whole piece of paper. And it was my #1 seller in all sizes. But with Etsy changing things, yeah, so what I decided to do is it actually started as I was looking for the calendar size in passport. So I asked Taylor at Paper and Cats to make it first in the passport size, because she doesn't make passport size inserts. But it was something that, you know, I wanted to see how I liked her design in. And I liked what she did to it so much with her touches on the grid, is I asked her to make it in the standard size, and I ordered it in with a dated for 2020, and then I ordered it as a digital download in undated. So I have it in the undated and dated for 2020 in Passport. I asked for Passport, then I asked for Pocket, then I asked for Personal, and then I asked for the standard size. So those are the sizes that I use most frequently. So I wanted to make sure that I had them because I make my own inserts. I have all of the tools and all the cutters and all of that stuff to make my own inserts. So I didn't need to purchase a finished insert. And so then I've shared it here on YouTube. I'll see if I can link that video here where I share the my first use of these, because I do share them. And I said, if you like it, go see Taylor. And because so many people liked the insert, she actually now offers it in all of the sizes of Traveler's Notebooks as a digital download and as a physical insert you can purchase from her. The only thing that is different is at the end of mine, so there's December, at the end of mine, I wanted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wanted 6 pages of grid for pre-planning and end-of-year planning for next year. That is something she doesn't do on the ones you can get from her Etsy store. Those are special ones just for me. I think it had something to do with like the number of pages that it has. But that was my collaboration with Taylor at Paper and Cats. And I'm so glad that so many people like this insert that much that she is now making it for every size. So I keep that in here just so I can keep track of, you know, my video release date, and then like here, filming, editing, and all of that fun stuff. But the main reason I have this notebook is this is one of her dot grid digital inserts that I bought and I print and make myself, where I'm keeping track of the notes that I take for here for you guys on YouTube. So like these are some notes from a recent video. Just track of some things, some ideas. This I'll be talking about in a future video. And here we are. These are the notes. But I do have then another one. So I have a second dot grid insert. And this is the one she calls her notebook, where it gives you like an index, and then dot grid, and then the pages are numbered. So I really like that. So that's what I use this beautiful brown Midori Traveler's Notebook for. It's my first, and I love it. With that being said, why don't we start with this one? This is my olive standard Traveler's Notebook, and I have 2 of these. This is the one that looks more green of the 2. The other one looks a little bit more brown. This was the, I think the second one we got. But it's a beautiful green, and you'll see, maybe, I have a Star of David on it. So this is my Hebrew Studies Traveler's Notebook. I have another one of those Moterm zipper pouches, some stencils. I'm not sure. I got some Mindy Lacefield journaling cards in there. I have a folder, a Midori style folder with a Taroko Shop writing board. And in it, I have a Taroko Shop Tomoe River, and it looks white, but it's actually a cream dot grid insert. And since Hebrew goes right to left, I decided to do that with my notes book for my class. And just a few notes, not a lot, because our workbook has a lot of that stuff in it. So that's what I have in there. And this I only use, or I only take out of the house one day a week. Other it just sits at home here on a shelf. So that's my second traveler's notebook. Now, this one is the new blue. We do have two of the Pan Am standard size traveler's notebooks, but I wanted to get the new blue because it's kind of a fuzzy leather. Just like the, well, it's even fuzzier than the olive. The olive is fuzzy, but the blue one really feels fuzzy. And it's a beautiful color, very beautiful color. Let's take a look inside and see what we got. So you'll see I have another one of those fourruof. Actually, it's a fourruof inspired. It's by Moterm. Zipper pouches, and I just got some stickers and pieces of paper and ephemera. Something says pumpkin spice. Something from Goulet pens. Just like that stuff that I want to put in here. Got some Peke Dori design business cards. Some page flags, which actually those need to go in my planner. We'll set those aside. What's this? Oh, Topeka coffee roasters. And then, oh, the Blue Box Bath Company. If you've seen that video, Brooke makes amazing products for hands, hair, skin, all your rejuvenation. I definitely recommend her. I did an unboxing, so if you want to find that, look for that. But this is the insert that came in my blue traveler's notebook. And what I do is I use this as a journal. So there's some journaling I did yesterday, some journaling I did today, a little piece of art that I've done. And so just my journal. I have a Midori folder in here with a Moterm pen loop and just some random things I like. Some Mindy Lacefield cards. I have these everywhere because they're so cute. How can you look at that and not, feel happy? Oh, this is from a long time ago, from Summers. This summer performing arts organization doesn't exist anymore, but we played Kiss Me Kate, Patience, and The Boyfriend. I was playing alto sax, soprano sax, clarinet, flute, piccolo on those shows. A lot of fun. And then this is the insert, and it actually says Midori, if you can read down there. This was the insert that came inside of my Have a Nice Trip Narita Airport Midori Traveler's Notebook. But this one has some of my artwork that I have done. I didn't do anything on these because they bled through. There's some of these little cute characters that I did. She's my favorite. Orange Blossom is her name. Or Orange Marmalade. I can't remember. Orange Marmalade? I don't know. Blueberry Muffin. I haven't finished her. I've been meaning to finish her for like 7 months. Some pomegranates I did during High Holy Days. A gingerbread from around Christmas, and that's about it. But just some artine. And some more stuff back here for journaling. So that's how I'm using the blue insert, or the blue traveler's notebook, and my inserts in there. Now the last one that we have is my Camel. And this one, the stuff I had in here, I've had in the brown, and I've had in various other traveler's notebooks, but I just love how it's wearing. It just looks so nice when you see it. Doesn't that look lovely? It's a beautiful piece of leather. But let's take a look what I have in here. This one, I actually have a real fourruof Traveler's Factory zipper pouch. All of the others are the Moterm ones. Just because the Moterm are, in America, affordable and you can actually get them. The fourruof ones you can't get here. You have to buy them through an Etsy seller or someone that sells them, but you can't buy them here in America. So I just have some stickers from Mindy in here. Just a little card by Mindy. And just some business cards. But the main thing in here is my 2020 monthly planner, which you saw in my YouTube notebook. But I've been using it in here to, you know, keep track of everything. And so that's that. And I decided to put the tabs on to see if I like them. These are the Midori tabs. I've had them for years, probably 2 or 3 years. And I just haven't used them. So I wanted to try them. And, you know, I understand why people use them. Especially these, just because they're so tiny and very unobtrusive. So there's my monthly calendar. Now, I have in here a weekly calendar where I just put my key and then drew a couple of flowers. And we're in the midst of doing Madame Butterfly. Tomorrow is our last performance. And one of the songs that you hear throughout at least the first act, is you hear Sakura. And so cherry blossoms in our production fall from the ceiling, which, you know, is mimicking them falling from a tree and from a sky. And then they have a cute little scene where they're playing with them. And one fell near me in the pit, and so I just glued it down. It's just a piece of pink tissue paper that from a distance looks like a cherry blossom. But this is the Paper and Cats week on a page with grid. And I've been using this insert now since the end of July, beginning of August, when I got a hold of Taylor at Paper and Cats to make these for me. I've been using these to keep track of everything from my... At first, I was only going to use the insert like this is this week. At first, I was only going to use the insert to keep track of my university students. And then I realized how much I loved this insert when I used it by Midori. So I printed myself another one, and this was in the fall, in August, and started using it for myself. So I have one in here for myself, and I've got little doodles at the corner of each week, and of course we've got kitty hair. And I think one thing that I really like is there's 4 months, January to April. So then the next one will be May, June, July, August, and the last one will be September, October, November, December. And it's just the weeks. And I, you know, test pens at the back. This is just, you know, what is it? It's that Hammermill laser paper printer. And then I keep some Post-it notes here in the back. And then I have a Midori folder with a bunch of Travelers Company stickers on it. And then this one, which I have some different colored flowers, is the one that I use to keep track of my students. I'm not going to show you anything, but it's the same. A week on a page with a grid where I can keep track of what they're doing for their lessons, how they're doing, and it'll keep me through the end of the school year, which ends the end of April, because finals for them is the first week of May. So there's that. I have some stickers in here from Mids. Some of those circle dot stickers from AliExpress. and my writing board. And I just like to keep the stickers in there because it keeps them nice and orderly. That's a Mindy Lacefield girl. So is that. And in the back of the zipper pouch, I just have some stickers, some Post-it notes, and just some random little things. So now you're probably thinking, well, why don't you get a notebook where you can keep all of this stuff in? Well, one of the reasons why I don't keep it all in one notebook, I mean, because someone said, why don't you just get, like a Foxy Fix or a Chic Sparrow that has, 4 elastics and just put everything in there. Well, part of the reason is like this, my Hebrew notebook, I only need it maybe once or twice a week for class. So I don't need to carry that insert anywhere. This is my journal. Unless I'm going to the laundromat or I'm going like to a coffee shop specifically to spend time in here, this doesn't leave the house. So there's no need to have that. This I take with me like everywhere I go. It's like my planning brain. It has everything that I need to know. This one is my YouTube planner. I don't need to have this with me everywhere because if I have an idea with me while I'm away, I always have my passport traveler's notebook, and I always have a grid notebook, another Paper and Cats grid notebook in the back where I take notes and then transfer the information to here. So this is kind of like my on-the-go brain for everything. And I'll do a separate video about passport stuff. So that's why, because if I was to have all of this stuff, I mean, that would be one big notebook. Yes, I know I wouldn't need all those zipper pouches and all those extra folders, but that would be, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'd be 8 inserts. And I don't need to carry 8 inserts anywhere. And I also kind of like that I do have all of these. And I do have so many more that I like the fact that I'm using them. And each notebook, has its own designated purpose. And so that's why and how I'm using all of these. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. How many traveler's notebooks are you using? Do you use one? Do you have, like I do, many with a unique task? Let's start a discussion down there to see how people are using the items that they have, because I'm glad that I'm using them. I'm glad that they're not sitting on a shelf, just either collecting dust or wrapped in a bag and in a protective box, just sitting there. I'm glad that they're being used. I'm glad that they've got little bumpies on them. I'm glad that, they're showing, their preciousness to me. And preciousness meaning precious that I'm using them, not precious that they're just up and away. So there you go. Here's today's video. If you have any questions, like I said again, just leave them down below and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.